Yeah, I'm just repeating, guys. GlideAggregate is a server-side API which is used to do the aggregations on the table. What are aggregations? Such as count, minimum, maximum, average, sum. Okay. So GlideAggregate is a server-side API and which is used to do aggregations on tables such as count, minimum, maximum, average, sum. GlideAggregate is a class of Glide record. Okay. It is a class of Glide record. But GlideAggregate is used to do aggregations on tables such as count, minimum, maximum, average, sum. As I mentioned already, Glide record is used for CRUD operations. Using Glide record, you can also do the aggregations. Using Glide record, you can also do aggregations. But for aggregations, we separately use Glide aggregate. Okay. First, I will do Glide aggregate. First, I will do aggregation using Glide record. Then I will tell you how to do aggregations using Glide aggregate. Okay. So I am just going to the background script. So why the strength is less today? Hmm? Everybody went to temple server. Okay. So what I am doing is in the shipping case table, how many records are there? That records count I want to get. Then where your table name is u underscore shipping case table. Now shipping case table, how many records are there, right? So I don't want to keep any query. I want all records. gr.next gs.print gr.get row count method. Get row count method will give you how many records are there in the shipping case table. Okay. Let's click on run script here. Total 49 records are there. So using glide record, I'm able to get the count right using get row count method. Using glide record, I'm able to get the count or not. Count is an aggregation or not. If you use get row count method, it will do the calculation in the backend 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. It will give you the result. Okay. Same count I will achieve it using glide aggregate. Where GA is equal to new glide aggregate. So in the aggregate, you have to mention the table name. New underscore shipping underscore case. GA dot add aggregate. GA dot add aggregate. So we want count, right? Count aggregate, right? GA dot query while GA dot next. Okay. GS dot print. Okay. So in the glide aggregate, you have to mention the table name. You have to use two methods here. One is before query, you have to use add aggregate. After query, you have to use get aggregate. When you are using glide aggregate, these two are must guys, add aggregate and get aggregate. Just run the script, you will get the count of the shipping case table, 49. Using glide record, you are able to get the count. Using glide record, using glide aggregate also, you are able to get the count. But using glide aggregate is a good practice. Okay. When it comes to the count, in the interviews, they'll ask you, I want to get the number of incidents from the incident table. Number of incident means it's a count, right? They'll not ask you incident count. I want number of incidents from the incident table. Then you should answer that we have to use glide aggregate. To the glide aggregate, we have to use add aggregate count method. And we have to use get aggregate after the query. Okay. And we'll go to the shipping case table. So in this table, where is the state field? Okay. In the east, in each state, how many shipping case records are there? In the new state, there are 31. In the closed state, there are 3. In the cancelled state, there are 4. In the on hold state, there is 1. In the resolved state, there is 1. There are 5. In the each state, how many shipping cases are there? State-wise count I want. So if you want state-wise count, you have to mention the field name here. After the count, you have to mention the field name. U underscore state, so that it will give you the count state-wise. State-wise count it will give you. You can see. Let me print the state as well. Okay. In the each state, in the cancel state there are 4. In the closed state there are 3. In the in progress state there are 5. In the new state there are 31. In the on hold state there are 1. In the resolved state there are 5. Okay. So likewise, in the each category, how many shipping cases are there? Then you will use category here. The each category, how many records are there? In the inquiry, there are 3. In the hardware, there are 14. In the software, there are 8. In the empty category, there are 24. In the priority wise, we will see. So all are very low. All are very low. Very low. In the very low short, there are 49. Okay. Likewise, I want each number has how many records? So with this number, how many records are there? With this number, how many records are there? With this number, how many records are there? Normally, for one record, there will be, for one number, there will be only one record. With this particular number, there will be one record. Okay. If with this number, if there are more than one record, then can we call it as duplicate record? So you can use glide aggregate to identify the duplicate records. So I am using number field. With each number, how many records are there? If there are any duplicate records, we can find it here. All are 111. There are no duplicate records. We'll make one record as duplicate. It is not editable. Right click, configure. Which one we are talking about? Number field, right? So we can duplicate it now. So now you tell me there are two duplicate records, right? So this one, with this number, there are two records. With this number, there are two records. So when I run this script, so with this number, there are two records, it is telling. With this number, there are two records, it is telling. So now what I want to do is, I want to identify the duplicate records, which has more than one record. Greater than one. These two are the duplicate records. Okay. These two numbers are duplicate records. So we are able to identify the duplicate records, right? I want to delete the duplicate records. But when it comes to the delete, we have to do glide record again. For count, for count, we are able to get, we will be using glide aggregate. Now again, we have to delete records, right? Then what I do is, glide record on shipping case table. Okay. I am querying with the number GA dot get value Q underscore number. Okay. Guys, there are two records, right? If you write this query, it will delete two records. This query will delete two records. Gr dot delete record. So this will delete two records, right? I have to keep one record as it is. I have to delete one record. Which record I have to keep as it is? Oldest created record or latest created record? If you want to delete oldest created record, then you will use gr dot order by created on. Okay, it will delete the oldest created record. So out of these two records, there are more than one record. I have to keep it as it is, right? So I have to skip one record. To skip one record, I'll use gr dot next here one time. So here this gr dot next will skip one time, one record. Next record onwards, it will loop through. Next record onwards, it will loop through. So this gr dot next line will skip one record. That is actually the oldest created record. It will skip. I want to keep the oldest created record as it is. I want to delete the latest created record. Okay. So now let me run this script. So two records deleted. Go to the shipping cases. No duplicate records found now. So what I have done, first I identified the duplicate records using glide aggregate, and then I deleted the duplicate records using this line of script. This query might be useful for you guys for future purposes also. Where GA is equal to new glide aggregate shipping case table, I want to get the count of numbers. Number field. If a number has more than one record, then we can consider that as a duplicate number. So we will be querying the duplicate records. If a record found, we will be querying the duplicate records. We'll be skipping the oldest created record, and next record onwards, we'll be deleting them. Getting my point? Hmm? Okay. So guys, these questions will be asked in the interviews. How to get the incident count by priority, incident count by state, incident count by category, incident count by subcategory. How to get the incident count using get row count method. How to identify the duplicate records. How to delete the duplicate records except one record. So this kind of questions will be asked in the interviews. Okay. Okay, in the shipping case table, I'm creating a new field here. I'm creating a field called total cost. It is of type integer type. Total cost field. Total cost field I created. It is of integer type, guys. Okay. Correct. Record not created or what? What is this? Hmm. It won't create. It will share. It will show duplicate. Okay. Total cost field you created. Okay. Let me pull that total cost field on the list. Okay. So here I am giving in this particular record total cost I am giving 1,000. Okay. Here I am giving 2,000. I am giving 3,000. I am giving 4,000 and 5,000. Here, what is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value here? 1,000 is the minimum value. What is the maximum value? 5,000 is the maximum value. What is the total here? 15,000. Total it is 15,000. What is the average? Divided by total divided by 5. Okay. So I want to get the minimum value. I want to get the maximum value. I want to get the sum. I want to get the average. These and all, we can also do it using glide record as well. If you have to use glide record, you have to do some math operations. Okay. So let me use glide record to get the sum of this total cost field. Okay. Let me use glide record for sum. So var gr u underscore shipping underscore case. Okay. U underscore total underscore cost not equal to empty. Not equal to empty. Okay. Getting my point. While I have to take the where sum is equal to 0, I am taking here. Sum plus is equal to gr dot get value u underscore total cost gs dot print sum. What is this? Okay, so it is taking it as a string, guys. It is taking it as a string. 15,000. So we are able to get the sum using glide record. Same thing, how to do it using glide aggregate is what we will learn now. Okay. Okay. Ga dot add aggregate sum, comma the field name u underscore total cost. Okay. Getting my point. Here you have to use, by default, it will group by. You have to stop the grouping by. Grouping by in the sense, guys, it is group by. It will group by default something like this. So we have to stop the group by. Set group. Just run this one. So we are able to get the total count, right? Total sum, right? Okay. So we are able to do it using glide record and we are able to do it using glide aggregate. But using glide aggregate, this is especially for aggregations. Glide record is especially for CRUD operations. So using JavaScript, we can identify the minimum value as well. We can identify the minimum value. You can identify the maximum value. How can we identify the minimum value and maximum value? Suppose, guys, here I will take all these values in an array. I will sort the array. First index, 0 index will be the minimum value. Last index will be the maximum value. Can I do that like that? So I'll take all these values in an array. I'll sort it. Once I sort it, the 0 index will be the minimum value. The last index will be the maximum value. So when I have to get the minimum value using glide record, I have to sort these values and get the minimum value. And I have to sort these values, I have to get the maximum value. So we can do it using glide record. But using glide record is not a good practice, and we will use glide aggregate here. So we use glide aggregate to get the maximum value, minimum value. So will you be able to do that, guys, using glide record, identifying the minimum value? Hmm? Okay. So you guys can do it, guys. So what you have to do is you have to get the you let me write glide record here. Okay. Not equal to empty. While. So here what I do is I'll take an array here. ARR is equal to ARR dot push. So what you will do, you will get an array. This is an array. You have to sort this an array. You have to sort this. Okay. Okay. Hmm? Yeah. It is not sorted, huh? It has sorted. Okay. Index of 0. 0 means minimum value, right? Index of here, mm, ARR dot length -1. Last index will be the maximum value. Last index, it will give you length. Length means here it will give you 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Fourth index, it is 5,000. So if you have to get the minimum value, maximum value using glide record, first of all, you have to store all the values in an array. You have to sort it out. After the sorting it out, the minimum first index will be the minimum value. Last index will be the maximum value. Same thing if you have to achieve it using glide aggregate. Okay. Max, comma. Okay. So it should give you the maximum value. So we have to use set group false. Maximum value. If you want to get the minimum value, you will use min here, so that you can get the minimum value. So we did not use so many math operations here, right? Simply we are able to get it, right? If you want to get the average value, you can get the average value. So likewise, we use glide aggregate for aggregations. We use glide record secure for CRUD operations. Okay. Using aggregations for aggregations, using glide aggregate is a best practice. For CRUD operations, glide record secure is a best practice. And glide record by default will not check the permissions. That is why glide record secure is a best practice. So guys, you can ask your questions, guys. I have unmuted you. You guys can ask your questions, guys.
Yeah, Uday, here, not for the average. Previously, you were showing about the max and minimum, right, Uday?
Hmm.
In the max and minimum, I mean, we are getting the multiple records here also for the max and minimum also.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I understood this one. And another thing, Uday, somewhere in the internet, I saw underscore next is also there. May I know what is the purpose of underscore next to the?
Okay. So yeah, good point. In the shipping case table, you created a field called next field. In the shipping case table, you created a field called next field. Okay. Okay. So you are using next field. So in that case, in the glide record, as there is a next field on the glide record, you can use underscore next here. If there is a field called next in the table, then you can use underscore next here. If there is no field called next in the table, you can use next here. Getting my
Okay.
point?
Yes, okay.
And if you want, there is one more method called has next. This has next will not iterate, will tell you if record exists or not. It will give you Boolean value true or false or not. It will not iterate. Next will iterate. Getting my point?
Yes, okay.
So instead of writing this while, I'll write gs.print here. Okay. It is giving Boolean value true. If the value is there, it will say true. If a record is there, it will say true. If no record exists, it will say false. I don't want to iterate. I just want to check if record is there or not. Then I will use gr.has next.
Yeah, yeah, okay. This is clarified. And another doubt is there.
Yeah.
Maybe yesterday I have covered in the middle of the session. I have left out. The one thing is, suppose I need to update the multiple records at a time. Till now, what we have done is we are using the while loop, right? In the while
Yeah.
loop, we are iterating each group and we have updating the each record.
Yeah, that I told you, right? We should use update multiple.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Then if you want to delete the multiple records at a time, we have to use delete multiple without using while loop.
Okay, thank you.
Uday, I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Suppose by mistake, if we delete the records, is there any way to restore or roll back
Yeah,
the
and
deletion?
definitely. We can found the deleted records in the deleted records module. And suppose you have deleted the records using scripting. Let us say these two records are deleted. You
Okay.
can check these records and go to this one and undelete records. You can recover them back.
Okay.
Okay. That is actually one thing. And these records will be available only for 28 days. After 28 days, these records will be flushed out from this particular table.
Okay.
Okay. And if you have deleted the records manually, you will find it here. If you have deleted the records from the script, you can just go to rollback recovery. Go to the
Okay.
script execution history. And I ran this script a while ago, right?
Yes.
And go here, scroll down, and there is nothing to recover. No record deleted, right?
You deleted to record site with
I
from.
already got it back, right?
Okay.
I already got it back.
Okay.
So if you open the script execution history, you will be able to see a link called rollback deleted records. You have to click on link and it will ask you the confirmation. And you have to say yes, then it will actually get the records back.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a way. So guys, please stay in touch with Anil. Anil is actually practicing really good and he might help you everyone. Anil,
Yeah, yeah, Uday.
the more you help you, the more knowledge you will gain.
Yes, yes, Uday. I mean, some of our class, I mean, in the group, they are calling me Uday, and I have asked the
Yeah,
questions also. If I have doubts, I
pl-
contact with them.
please do help them. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and another thing, Uday, actually, you told me call me in the afternoon. Yesterday also I have tried.
I've seen
Maybe
your
you are
message, but I
busy.
couldn't call you back. Yeah, I seen your message. You sent a text, right?
Yes, yes,
I'll
yes,
talk to
Uday.
you today. Okay.
Okay, Uday. Thank you, Uday.
Thank you, everyone, and see you there in Monday session.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you all.
Thank you.